Hey everyone, it's Cody. We're back with another video. It's been a minute since we put out a video, and I'm going to be talking about something that's very controversial here in this video today. We're going to be talking about the public infrastructure district tax that is being put out there. This is not something that we usually see here in Utah, but this is something that has popped up just a couple of years ago, and we're now starting to see the effects of it and starting to see people who are having to pay this tax in order to improve the infrastructure in this particular area. Now, like I said, this is not something that we've seen in the past. In fact, this is the very first time that I've seen this here in Utah. I do know that there are comparisons in other states, especially in other major markets like California or Florida or New York. There are these things. In California, they call it Milleroo's. I'm not actually sure what they call it in these other states, but I do know this is a thing that is very common in other major markets where things have gotten incredibly expensive and where there's a need for infrastructure. So to actually see this here in Utah, where there's this need for infrastructure, but they're passing it on to the homeowners who are building homes in this area, is actually very surprising to see. I see some people who are very in favor of this, and I see a lot of people who are very upset about it. So let's jump in my screen here. We're going to talk a little bit about what this is, what you need to know about it, and also how it affects you if you're looking at buying a home here in the Park City area. And if that is you, if you're in a position where you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in Park City, in Heber, or anywhere along the Wasatch Back, I would love to be your resource of choice. I want to be your trusted real estate agent when it comes to doing that, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. Please reach out to me, call, text, or email anytime. My information will be here on the screen. So with that being said, taking a look at this here, we've got the Jordanelle Ridge PID. Now you can see this is actually put into place in October of 2021. So this has been in place for a couple of years here, but here's a quick overview of what this is. The area of the initial district's boundaries include approximately 3,051 development acres, which encompasses villages 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the Jordanelle Ridge Master Plan development. The district areas align with the 5 villages identified in the development agreement. It is anticipated that 5 separate public infrastructure districts will be established as part of this development. Details for villages 1 and 2 are included in this presentation, but 3, 4, and 5 will be coming soon. So what is this? This presentation will discuss general benefits, regional benefits. PID will provide Heber City and Jordanelle Ridge homeowners, as well as enhanced amenities resulting from the PID. So here's some general benefits. I'm going to provide some context on what this says, as well as just give you a general overview of what my thoughts are and also some counterpoints to this, and you can kind of make your own decision. I'm not saying I'm necessarily in favor of what they're doing here or against it, but I'm just going to provide some counterpoints along the way. So right up here, first one, provides regional infrastructure and enhanced public village centers. Yes, it does. This has traditionally been the responsibility of either the city or the developers in the past. However, they're now passing that cost on to the homeowners. So yes, it does provide this infrastructure, but rather than the city or the developers pay for it through either their taxes or their own money, now it's being paid directly by the homeowners who are moving into this area. This also covers district and city infrastructure costs as contemplated in the development agreement. It helps remove delays in backbone infrastructure and amenities resulting from market cycles. So basically, it'll just build it out right now rather than having to go through the market cycles of things being really expensive or things being very cheap. And it also says less expensive development. We get to build today at today's cost with lower interest rates. Now in 2021, when they first put this out, that was true. We did have lower interest rates. We did have lower costs at that time, but now costs have gone up, interest rates have gone up, and things have gotten very expensive. So people who are paying for this now, the benefit is not nearly as strong as it was in years past. As for the regional benefits, PID provides completion of regional road system completely built today versus as needed or required. Now, I think this is good. I think it is a good thing to actually have this built out today rather than having it come in the future when there's already traffic and the city is already behind the 8 ball. So I think it's actually good to have this completed up front. That is a nice thing to have the road already there. Even if the road is bigger than you actually need, it's actually helpful to have more space than not enough. This also helps fund improvements in the Heber regional storm drainage system, canal crossings, and Heber light and power backbone. I think this is also a good thing. It's good to really have this infrastructure out there and be able to provide a safe and secure place for people to live and have access to the utilities and the amenities that they want to have in that area. It also helps fund JSSD, capital facility water, secondary water, and sewer infrastructure. Again, a very necessary thing. Unlocks the civic area for public use 4 to 5 years sooner and results in a contribution of 40 acres for public benefit instead of just 12 acres. So this is kind of like almost their sales packet that they put out in order to get this pushed through. So enhanced public amenities, Village 2, they're going to be releasing this arts district, and then Village 1, they've got the Heber City Regional Park with ice ribbon, and 3, 4, and 5 will be coming in the future. There's just a little bit of information here about the art district. There's a little bit of information about the site plan, Wasatch Community Arts Center, Art District Amphitheater, the Art Center again. More pictures here. We've got the Ice Ribbon Park. So there's a lot of these different amenities here in the area. And, you know, these are good things to have. I think these are good things that the community actually wants and is going to get used. However, passing that cost on to the homeowners who are moving into the area, I can see that as either a very good thing or a very bad thing. It really just depends on who you ask, and it depends on which, side of the aisle you're already on. If you already live in the area and you're not having to pay for this directly, then you're probably thinking it's a great thing because you're going to be able to get access to those amenities. However, if you're a new buyer moving into the area, you might be looking at it thinking, okay, well, we're going to buy this home, but now we've got the additional cost of having to pay this PID. This is another thing that we have to contribute to that we didn't anticipate just because we're going in and buying a home in this area. So just as something to kind of consider, if you're looking at buying a home in this area, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is an additional cost that you do have to consider along the way. Village 2 enhanced private amenities. They've got a workout gym and cardio studio, movement studio, kids club, rental facility, sport court with pickleball, parking, and Coyote Canyon Trailhead upgrade. So there's going to be a lot of upgrades coming to the area. This is going to make it a very usable and accessible place, which I think is a very good thing for the long term. Again, however, it goes back to that my previous point that I just made. If you're a homeowner who's already living in the area, you're going to get access to this, and that's great. You're not going to have to pay as much towards this. However, if you're a new buyer moving in, you are going to be subject to having to pay for some of these expenses here. Village 1, enhanced private amenities, restaurants and commercial, club and pool, trail and backcountry access, rental facility and parking, and then there's a quick breakdown of these costs right here. So that kind of wraps up what we're looking at on my screen. Like I said, there's going to be pros and cons to this, whichever side of the aisle you're on. I can see this be argued both ways, but this is something that's new here to Utah over just the last couple of years, and I think it's going to be something that we start to see pop up more and more. We've already seen this with HOAs. There's been a lot of HOAs who have to take on the maintenance and the snow removal of the streets within their community because the city doesn't want to take it on because they don't have the infrastructure or they just don't want to pay for those particular amenities. So we're already starting to see this with HOAs. I think seeing these PIDs or this Melloroos or whatever it might be coming into Utah, I think is going to be a more common thing as we go into the future. We'll have to wait and see. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts, whether you think this is good or bad for the community. I'd love to hear what side of the argument you stand on. This is a very controversial thing, like I said, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Maybe I missed something. Maybe you can provide additional context. Drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And with that being said, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in Park City or in Heber or anywhere in the entire state of Utah, my team and I service the entire state, and we'd love to help you along the way in that journey. So please reach out to me, call, text, or email anytime. My information is here on the screen. And with that said, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one.